Hello and welcome, it's Japan, and I'm going to go over Smackdown from the 20th. Video is up a little late tonight, but I figured I still wanted to do it because it was a pretty jam-packed full Smackdown. Now, the last two Smackdowns I thought have been really, really good with like matches and promos, but I think this one was a little bit of a step back on some of it, but it did definitely have storylines for future. And there'll be some segments that I thought were better than others, so we'll jump right into it. So start off LA Knight talking, and then Paul Heyman coming down. He wanted to face Seth Rollins. I think that's going to be maybe a Night of Championship match. I don't think they've announced it officially, but I could see that being slided into the card. I think that would give us 5 matches, so I think that would be perfect for the 5 match quota. Next SmackDown is insane, by the way. Like, that is just absolutely crazy that we're going to have so many title matches and less. I mean, we almost have more title matches on that card than the champion Night of Champions, I think, right? I think it's like 3 and 3, maybe. But either way, uh, good start to the show. LA Knight obviously is good on the mic. I like his mirrors glasses give really cool shots. I think that's kind of a low key small thing that he does. Just having those glasses, I think they work really well. But then obviously Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed go down there and try to kick his butt. But he stands tall. I wish they would have kind of maybe like laid him out a little bit more. It was 2v1, but it's fine. I feel like this match with Seth Rollins will be good, and I think it'll be like a multi like PLE match. I think we'll get one here. We'll probably get one at SummerSlam or something like that. So I'm kind of down for it, or maybe even a Saturday Night main event. I think it's a decent feud. It gives LA Knight something really good to do. So I'll put this whole thing up into A. I think the only thing I wouldn't put it into S is that it made his Seth Rollins group look a little weak. They should have just had like Bronson Reed there or something, and just not have Braun Breaker even there, and that would have made a little bit more sense. But it's whatever. Next up, we had Asuka versus Alexa Bliss for the semifinal match. Honestly, for this itself, the match I thought was really good. They had good chemistry. They had some really good in-ring work. Like when Bliss didn't want to do her finish because she knew Asuka was like playing possum or whatever. I thought that was a nice little detail. They're really good. They have a good pairing together. Obviously, former tag team partners too. And I'm always gonna have this. It's gonna be a bias that no matter what, I'm not gonna even shy away from. I love Asuka, so if I get to see Asuka in a match on a card, I think it's a little bit better. I think this is a solid A thing. I think because of the result, especially because I think the match itself and everything around it was a solid B. They should have definitely given him more time, but it was a jam-packed episode. But by having the match with Asuka winning and going to the now finals, I think is a very good thing because one, she's going to have a phenomenal match with either Roxanne Perez or Jade Cargill, and I think she's going to be very heavily favored to win it because her versus Io Sky is a generational match that we need to see. So I'm cool with all that. Next up, we had a very strange babyface promo. Obviously, Cody came down there to talk. He doesn't get to say a word the whole promo. Jake comes down, says his piece. Sammy comes down, says his piece, and Randy Orton says his piece. Obviously, they're all baby faces and they're all in the finals of this thing. It just doesn't work for me to have like a promo like this because, like, obviously Randy Orton was like, "Yeah, I'll just step over anybody I can," but everybody else is just like, "I love you, buddy." It's just like I don't know. I didn't really care for it. Probably the worst part of the whole entire show, and that's saying some some stuff. But I feel like they could have just maybe did separate stuff. Next up, we had it led into the match with Randy Orton, Sami Zayn. This match actually was phenomenal. I thought it was they had some really good chemistry in there. They did everything great. The story they told was phenomenal, and obviously with Orton winning, I think it kind of cements that Cody was going to win. I kind of still think Cody's going to win no matter what, but Cody versus Randy Orton at Night of Champions is it's a match that I want to see. So I really hope we don't get something that takes us out of that. I'm just gonna be honest because like I like Jey Uso. He's a great like performer. I wouldn't say he's like a great wrestler. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's the best wrestler in the world, but he's a performer and he's extremely over and I like his vibe, but I really don't want to see him versus Orton here. I think Orton versus Rhodes is the call, and it's going to be fun. So I would put that up in A tier. Good match. Next up, again, for whatever reason, I lost my notes on this, so my order of things are going to be a little bit off. So I may or may not get anything, but we were supposed to get Kit Wilson versus Malachi Black, which was kind of a random match when I saw it announced, but I was like, I'm cool for it. But it was mainly just R-Truth just beating the crap out of him. I don't know why. I feel like it was supposed to give him like a little bit of an edge, but I'm not sure. But I'm hoping to give R-Truth or Ron Killings a match against Malachi Black. I think if that's what they're setting up, I'll be a little bit more happy. But at the moment, it kind of felt random and dead end to me, so I'm gonna put it down a D. Next up, we had Fatu and Solo. You know, Solo saying that he wants him back and all this, and Jacob has nothing of it. So then they go try to beat up Jacob Fatu, and then JC Mateo comes down, and then Jimmy saves it. I think that's cool. I think they should do a tag match next weekend or next SmackDown. Obviously, they're going to have the night championship match, but I think they should be a tag team. I mean, honestly, it's a different fame, and I like seeing Jimmy get that extra fame. I like what they're doing with Solo. I honestly believe Solo should win here. I honestly really feel like that would be a good thing. I think Solo should carry the title for a little bit and have Jacob Fatu maybe take him out down the line, even if it's just SummerSlam. I feel like it's a good call here. But this promo I thought was really good. I'm gonna put it up in S tier. I think they all did great work there, and then I'm gonna put the match up in S tier too because I really want to see this match. This is probably one of the most hyped match that I'm excited for because it just has some big implications, and I really don't know where they're gonna go for it. Out of all like preliminary predictions for Night of Champions, this is the one that I think is the hardest to do. Then we had a kind of random match with Charlotte Flair versus Chelsea Green. Honestly, I didn't think it was like a bad idea type match, but I think they were setting it up for maybe like Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair maybe working together as a tag team. I honestly like that idea. I'm not a big Charlotte Flair fan, but I like Alexa Bliss, and I think if you put them together, I think there could be a really good fade. And then if you have maybe the Wyatt Sick trying to recruit Bliss in that and having that pull, you could really actually get Charlotte into a place where she could actually turn babyface like they wanted her to last year. I think there's some things. This match was not great though. Like it wasn't really had much of anything. Um, just I don't know. It was just a match. I'm gonna put it down in D. I feel like both women have had way better matches, and I think it just suffered from a lot of outside noise and not much of anything else going on. Then we had another impromptu match: Bronson Reed versus LA Knight. This is again one of those matches. I think it was a little bit better than some of the other, but it was a DQ finish. Like we kind of knew it wasn't going to be much of anything. So I'll put it in C. I don't think the match itself was that bad. It's just we didn't really get much of it. They just kind of took out LA Knight pretty roughly, and I think that's fine. I think that's gonna hopefully lead up to LA Knight, Seth Rollins. I still think we're gonna get a Night Championship match. Plus, having Rollins on the card makes it more dangerous that he could possibly cash in. Even though I don't think he's going to, I just think it would be a possibility. Next up, we had Nia Jax coming down, just kind of being like, "I'm gonna get my title back," and then Tiffany Stratton doing it again. I don't mind this matchup. I think they should have like let Tiffany fight somebody else in all this time. They have a match next weekend or next Friday. It's fine, I guess. I don't really feel like it's anything crazy, but then we did get Naomi trying to cash in, so I thought that was a nice little like finally getting to see some Money in the Bank action. I think Naomi's gonna have a couple of those close calls, but I don't think she's gonna connect right now. But yeah, I would put this in a B. I thought it was okay. I feel like Tiffany Stratton gets to look a little weak when she goes against Nia Jax, and I think she should have a feud against somebody that she can actually just kind of manhandle. I feel like Chelsea Green would be a good person, somebody that she can actually go toe to toe with in the mic, and then also have the ability to beat like clean and all that. Like I feel like something like that would be good. Then we had some promos, and then we eventually got the match: Julia versus Zelina Vega next week for the title. I don't think there's any world that you don't have Julia win here. I'm very excited for this match. I'm going to put it up in S tier. Then we had the main event. It was Ron Killings versus John Cena. Obviously, we knew this wasn't going to be anything. like, it just kind of was a catalyst of setting up a little bit of their finishing their feud. I guess it was ended by DQ by actually R-Truth winning, so I guess that's kind of good. Put it in D. The match started out better than the last Saturday main event one, but I think having a DQ finish and all that other stuff just didn't work. Then CM Punk came down to make the save and then got put through the table, and John Cena did a pipe bomb promo, just absolutely said everything that's off his chest. I think it was one of his best promos, except for like the one that he did like right after being heel. I still think those ones, like the first couple promos that he does right after turning on Cody and then them setting up their match, I think were really good, like the one where he bullies that kid in Europe and stuff. I think those ones were slightly better, but this is still really good S tier. So yeah, mixed bag. I would definitely say the show was a mixed bag. I definitely think I could easily put this in like a B plus area. Yeah, there was a lot of bad, but I don't think a lot of it was necessarily bad in general. But like it was bad for maybe me. Like the Chelsea Green fight was okay. I just feel like there could have been a little bit better for that. The R-Truth fight's the same. It was just kind of a catalyst to like set up a bigger thing, so none of them really mattered. All the stuff that's kind of down in D is just setup stuff. I really feel like the babyface promo thing would be the only thing I really would have got rid of out of this show. Everything else is still pretty good. Yeah, SmackDown, I would say, is still pretty solid. The last two episodes have been better, but this one was still pretty palpable to watch. So if you guys enjoy these videos, I put a SmackDown, a Raw review, and a Evolve review every single day after the show. Um, and just a bunch of other wrestling content on here, some WMA content. So if you like any of that type of stuff, don't forget to hit the like and comment. Yeah, tell me what you guys thought and who you guys thinking is going to win King of the Ring, because we're getting it down to the finals. We'll know by Raw who is in the finals, and we can do a prediction video next week for Night of Champions in general. So I'm excited to see that. But until next time, this has been Japan. Bye, guys.